Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here from the Kona Airport right now, heading to Los Angeles. Then we're going to be meeting up with Dr. Stephen Greer in Arizona, including meeting up with Michael Schratt and Dr. Stephen Greer, including James C. Goodall. Let me tell you, our road trip is going to be incredible. This is what it's like to premiere a huge documentary on all streaming platforms. Above Top Secret, the technology behind disclosure, is coming out April 5th, 2022, and we're going to be moving again across the country as we premiere this incredible documentary to the world. So we're inviting you along on this incredible journey with us right here at Third Phase of Moon. So Above Top Secret makes its debut April 5th, 2022, and we're going to give you a sneak peek right here, exclusive. Take a look at this.
This is one, the cautionary tale. When Stan Meyer's collection of technologies were acquired by this other entity, and I said, whoever gets it, tell them they have to do it open source, in front of the whole world. The whole world's going to be watching this technology being refined, developed, released, without any intellectual property pullback, without patent. Because otherwise, they're not going to survive their launch. I got this call a couple years later, who had ended up being the money behind that acquisition. And he says, these people are running for their lives. They are looking for an eco-friendly country that they can get to because they're being threatened in America. I said, you'd have to go to another star system. There's no place on this planet where the henchmen of these kind of Fourth Reich fascists won't find you. And they didn't want to let go of the greed and profit motive. They wanted to be the next Rockefellers of energy, you see. So that is the Achilles Hill. Next thing I know, I meet with a guy in Orange County, California, who knew one of the people who was with that engineering team. And the man said this guy came in, was crying like a baby because every single one of them had been killed and the technology vanished.
So we just checked in through the TTSA, and let me tell you, the lines are pretty thick. Spring break is on and people are traveling, but we're happy to be traveling again across the Pacific Ocean, and buckle up everybody. It's going to be an incredible ride. Like I said, we're going to be meeting up with Dr. Greer at the CE5 event in Arizona. I think there's going to be about 500 people there trying to make contact, and we'll see if it is indeed possible. If the phenomenon can show up, we'll be there with our cameras rolling, and again with 500 to 600 people there with us. Who knows what we'll see. So the adventure continues. Yeah, pretty cool. Michael Schratt's going to be showing up in the next couple days. He says he's got some evidence that's really going to blow people away. It's a high case file, a high priority target that we're going to be case filing, and he says he's got new evidence that he's going to bring to the table. We can't wait. So there's a little backup. The line is kind of dimming down, but we've been waiting here for about a half hour to board the plane. But I'm just super pumped in regards to this adventure that we're going to go on. And let me tell you, we're going to find out about a lot of things on this road trip, and you guys are going to be joining us. But in the meanwhile, while we're kind of rolling, let's just talk about what's the major elephant in the room. Above Top Secret, the technology behind disclosure. Well, everybody's going to be seeing this in the next few days, and I want to get your guys' opinions and your movie critiques of the film itself. And make sure to go to Amazon Prime and give your reviews. So we make our way from the big island of Hawaii across the Pacific, and let me tell you, it took a little while to get off the runway, but we're glad we did. It was a beautiful day leaving the big island of Hawaii, but we're excited about what was coming up next. We're going to meet up with Dr. J. Andy Elias while we're in Los Angeles, and it was a good thing we got there a little early because, you know, the flights were full. It's spring break and LAX was crowded as heck. It took us about an hour and a half to just get out of LAX and get our rent-a-car, but I'm glad we did, and we made our way up to the Hollywood Hills, and we were lucky enough to meet up with Dr. J shortly. But let's get some new UFO videos just into Third Phase Moon. Watch this.
काढलं.
So let's go back and take a closer look at this incredible video that has just been submitted to us. We got Dr. J with us. I want to get your first thoughts when we're looking at this. Something celestial out of the sky, maybe space junk or something otherworldly.
Blake, glad you're in town. Finally, we're not doing something remotely as a 2,000 miles away. What exactly is this? Is this some sort of celestial event? Is this something coming down to Earth? Something going up? I mean, is it space junk maybe possibly returning? It reminds me sort of what happened with Skylab back when that made its crash back into the Indian Ocean. So it's a very interesting sighting. I'm very curious as to what you think too.
Well, you know, as I'm looking at it, we could see captured from multiple angles, which is crazy, but look at the color, the bright blue just keep tinting. I would imagine that would have to be the makeup of this element that is breaking up in the sky. Could it be some kind of satellite that's breaking up, burning? Is it maybe some kind of malfunction from an aircraft? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm sure wishing that people would get the heads up first off if this was something celestial, like, hey guys, look up in the sky, there's going to be some kind of crazy action. Do you think as a public we should know about this if they're tracking these kind of major objects?
Absolutely. And remember, we have the Space Force now. So is this possibly a malfunction of a classified mission of the Space Force? Remember, when the first space drone was popped up, it took over 2 years after it landed for them to finally announce that they had it.
Look at these great shots.
Yeah, exactly. And what's interesting is that the middle, the biggest flame, I guess you can call it, the blue light is the most interesting out of it because the rest of the pieces aren't making such a light.
Yeah, this one's a big one, and I'm hoping we could get more videos. Look at this, multiple angles coming in right here at Third Phase of Moon. This is how we bring the evidence to the public as fast as possible. And let me tell you, as we were on the streets of LA, things were kind of getting a little crazy as well. And guys, buckle up when you're in Los Angeles in the Hollywood area. So we got some action going on, LAPD on the scene. I'm not sure there's some kind of shootout, but we got cops everywhere at the Baptist church, some kind of event. Not exactly sure. It looks like they got it under control.
They're all over. They're everywhere. They're giving down the street. They got the street barricaded off right here. That's all happened down here.
Some of the action over here going down in Hollywood, and let me tell you, things are exciting. Like I said, we're on the road, and we've got some new UFO sightings just in. So let's just roll that, and guys, I want to get your opinion. Take a look at this.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, UFOs. Look at that. It's not the sky. What the is that? What the is that? Oh my god. Oh my god, what is that? What is that? What the Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know, when you're seeing this kind of action, I could imagine profanity starts to drop. And you might have heard it there. We apologize, but we want to share it raw sometimes. But I want to get you guys' thoughts. What is going on in this incredible video? And again, we see these two saucer-shaped craft just hovering there, lit up. Could they be aircraft coming in the direction into the person shooting this? Or are they just hovering there? What's your thoughts, Dr. J?
I don't think they'd be coming in, because if they are, the one that's more lit would actually be lower, as opposed to the one that's less and looks smaller would be above it, because look at an airport. So that's why I don't think so. But what is interesting is, assuming these are UFOs, I always go back to Bob Lazar when he first was interviewed, and he talked about why they are lit. He said essentially you're in a high, a machine that produces high electricity in a gaseous atmosphere, which essentially produces photons, which is what you're seeing.
You know, it's pretty incredible. The size of these objects is what's getting me, and I'm not seeing any kind of anti-collision lights, no nav lights whatsoever. And I'm not sure if there's an airport in that region, but it really doesn't indicate any kind of aircraft that seems to be like conventional. It seems to be hovering, and they're large as well. From left to right, I'd imagine each one is about maybe 30 to maybe 80 feet in length. Your thoughts on the dimensions?
Yeah, exactly. The one on the right looks, assuming they were originally first the same size and one is behind the other, which is what I think in this one, with the right one being closer, it looks to me maybe 80 to 100 feet wide. But again, it's kind of hard to gauge because, there's not much reference point to these things. It's not the daylight sighting where we're looking at where's the shadow being cast on this.
All right. Good insight there, Dr. J. Let's get into this next one. This one is kind of baffling me. Watch this. So let's roll it one more time. And this is crazy. A rip in the sky. And I'm just wondering what this possibly could be. I haven't seen anything like this before, and I'm digging this phenomenon. It almost looks like lightning strikes, but it's just frozen there like a glitch. Wow, this is incredible stuff. Dr. J, you're in luck that we're going over this right now, man. What's your thoughts?
Oh, you absolutely read my mind of what I was going to say. I was going to say it looks like lightning stuck, or ball lightning, which, again, stuck. What is it, frozen in time? Or it also reminds me of when last time I saw it, or a couple of times ago here in LA, when we were watching the SpaceX launch. But instead of the launch, we saw something crazy above it that looked somewhat similar, but not as big. So very interesting sighting.
When I'm watching this once again, could it be maybe residue of a rocket launch? And this is just being lit up in the atmosphere, the residue of the smoke from a rocket. And maybe these are the boosters returning, the swirls on either side. But again, I'm not seeing any kind of craft returning or leaving these trails. Again, this very bizarre. I want to get your guys' thoughts in this premiere right now. Is this some kind of natural phenomenon or some kind of a rip in the sky, a tear? People might even speculate that this is an opening to some kind of portal, but that's another story. I'm just glad we're getting this out to you. Dr. J, any last words here?
Yeah, if this was, say, a rocket at anything, I would think it's a rocket that possibly took off and exploded and made all these maneuvers. But again, look at how long the light is lit for. So I'm actually leaning toward not something UFO related, but more of a celestial, event.
Well, definitely the phenomenon is strong tonight, and I'm glad you're joining us in this live premiere. Exciting times. Above Top Secret, the technology behind disclosure. April 5th, 2022. Take a look at the trailer. And guys, I want to get your thoughts on it, and especially in the comments on Amazon Prime. Leave your comments on the review of the film. It really helps the cause. Here's the trailer right now.
If the crash retrievals are true, then all bets are off.
It's very hard for people to get their minds around where the real power is. And it's not at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The reality is something much more stark.
They've been working on this for 60, 70, perhaps 80 years.
The reason why the government is talking about these UFOs now, they're getting ready for the next level of war.
Are these objects a national security concern?
They're proffering a narrative of a national security threat that doesn't exist.
I call them alien reproduction vehicles. They're made by private corporations somewhere on this planet.
Technology from Roswell from 1947 has largely been held back from us.
Portal technology, teleportation, whatever you can imagine, it's already been done.
The biggest secrets are not the zero-point energy and electrogravitics. It's the science of consciousness. All their communication systems are moving through the consciousness field and are thought actuated. The people of the CIA call it WSFM, weird science and frickin' magic. The transdimensional interstellar technology will benefit humanity.
There has been tremendous disinformation.
The media is keeping secrets with the government.
These are lethal, vicious people. And I'm focused on exposing the extraordinary technologies that they would want to keep secret. No aspect of life on Earth will be unaffected by it.
So that's right, Above Top Secret. We're excited, and I know you will be excited as well when you tell your friends you watched the documentary. Get the word out. It's happening right now. And don't forget, the description has the link to all the platforms so you can stream it. And let me tell you, we're traveling across the United States, but first stop is Arizona, where we're gonna be meeting up with Dr. Stephen Greer, Michael Schratt, James Goodall, and John D'Souza, among 500 other people that are gonna have their eyes on the skies. Let's hope we get to see some action out there, and we're gonna be documenting the whole adventure as we do this right here at Third Phase of Moon. So appreciate you guys joining us. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Blake Cousins. We'll see ya next time.